Hello, everyone. My name is Shaya Vasquez, and I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. So I just wanted to jump on here and share kind of my why doTERRA, what doTERRA has taught me, why I've chosen doTERRA, and just a little bit about my personal story. So well, I'm trying to decide exactly where I want to start with this. So growing up, I um, my first option, I'm a registered nurse, but my first option was not being a registered nurse. Whenever I grew up, I told my parents that I wanted to be a missionary, and I wanted to change people's lives. I wanted to do something that mattered. I wanted to make an impact, and I wanted to leave a legacy, and not a legacy of myself, but of my God and my King. I wanted to be someone who made life worth living for others. And my parents was like, well, Cheyenne, it takes money to do that. You can't just go overseas or, just live without having some sort of income. And so I began to think about it and pray about it, and I became a registered nurse. And I absolutely love my job. I really do. I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and I love taking care of those mamas and those babies, and just being there where life first starts for a little baby, and where parents get to bring in something beautiful into the world, and just seeing how, God created that baby. So I don't know. Like I said, I love my job, but I've always felt like something more needed to come from me. Like I wanted to do something more for people. And so here lately, like I have just been pushed and pressed, and just really sat down and thought about what is most important in my life. And so that is why I'm kind of making this to share with y'all. So in today's culture, and just where politics and everything lie right now, people are going out and after each other like there's no tomorrow. And instead of loving one another, and instead of making an impact and changing people's lives, I feel like a lot of the times we're doing the opposite. And that's true of the healthcare business as well. So a lot of times I've seen people go in and want their questions to be answered, want to figure out what's going on with them, want a cure, want a solution. And instead of them getting that solution, and instead of them finding out the cause of what's going on with them, they've just been handed a medication and said, go on. Or they've been told, oh, this is a virus and it just has to take care of itself. There's really nothing we can do for you. And I've just decided that isn't okay for me. That's not the life that I want to live. That's not the legacy that I want to live. And so about a year ago, I got started with doTERRA. And the reason that I got started actually was because of my daughter, Amiris. She'd been sick for a few days, and nothing was helping her. So she just had a really, really bad cough, and she was like to the point where she was wheezing at night, and just really thick mucus. And as a nurse, I knew that if I were to just go to the doctor, they were going to tell me that she has a really bad cold. There's nothing that they can do. Give her over-the-counter cough medication and, allergy stuff. She's only 2 at the time, maybe only 1.5. Well, 2, yeah. And that would have been it. And so I just wasn't okay with that. And I had heard about doTERRA. And so I reached out to a friend of mine and was desperate to get a hold of some Breathe that I could apply to her and to diffuse at night. So my friend gave me a sample of Breathe and I tried it. And to my shock, it worked. And that night, instead of my daughter, me being terrified to leave her side because she was breathing so weird and so congested, she slept through the night and she wasn't coughing. Her cough had decreased a ton. She wasn't wheezing anymore. And I was able to say, okay, this works. By the second day, she was completely free of her congestion. She was running around like she normally does instead of being tired during the day and just wanting to take a nap and rest because she hadn't slept well. She was being her 2-year-old self. And I was like, okay. And so then I began to use these essential oils for other things in my life, just kind of one at a time, just kind of nicking and seeing like, oh, what does this work for? And how can I use this for, this ailment? Like I burned myself. What can I use? And I got this big rash. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to put on a heat rash. Like what is going to help and what is going to cure that? And so I got oils from a friend again, and I put them on, and within 2 days that rash was completely gone, and it was pretty severe rash. And so I just was like, wow, this is really interesting. And so not very long after that, I purchased my first kit and I began to use the oils. And still one thing after another, it just kept working and working. And then my husband has very, very bad GERD, severe GERD. And I was like, you know what? I think I have some oils that I can mix together for you. Let me just mix up and let you try it. And sure enough, it helped him. And he was able to get a better night's sleep. And so my friend, my upline, called a couple of weeks after I had, gotten started with the oils. And she said, hey, what do you think about the business? And at first I told her, no, not at all, not interested. I really don't want to because I had been in other business opportunities and they weren't for me and I didn't love it. I didn't love myself. I didn't love what I was giving other people. And so therefore I didn't have any interest in the business at first. But she talked to me a little bit and she's like, well, should I just pray about it and just think about it? So I did. And it's amazing what God does when you least expect it, because he just kept pushing me and like really nudging me to get started in this business. And so I've been in the business part of it. Well, come convention, I had been in 3 months at convention, so a little less than a year, a few months less than a year, because September comes convention again. So anyways, I have absolutely loved using these essential oils. And why I got into the business, so now I'm going to go back about talking about missionary and just loving on others. I got into the business to do just that. People's lives matter to me. My family's lives matter. Your life matters to me. And if we aren't watching what we put into our bodies, if we're not watching what we tell ourselves and the lies of our emotions, if we're not getting down to the root cause of the issues that are going on internally and not finding that solution, then I'm not doing what I was called to do. And before doing this, I was reading some scripture earlier, and Matthew 28 popped into my head, where it says, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them and teaching them my commands. And that's kind of not the exact quote, but anyways, I was like, yeah, that's like what we're supposed to do. That's our purpose, right? Is to go and to share Christ with others, to love others, and then to pour into them, to build relationships with them so that they can in turn go and do the same thing. And so that's what I love about doTERRA. doTERRA empowers people because doTERRA believes, I have this written down. I'm going to just pull it up because I want this to be what I have. doTERRA believes in empowering others. They believe in a better way to provide health. The way that doTERRA does this is by making their products pure, safe, effective, and easy to use. They make essential oils. And so I wrote that earlier because I just think it's so like doTERRA's mission and what they want for the people and for the company and all of their customers is amazing. It's far beyond products. It's empowering people to take over their health. It's empowering people to say, I'm not going to live this way anymore because there's so much more for me. And that honestly is what living is about. Living is to achieve your purpose. And our purpose is to serve Christ, to glorify Him in everything we do. And if we are not loving others, if we're not building relationships with others, if we're not holding others accountable to the things that they're putting in their body, to the lifestyle that they have, then what are we doing? Right? Like, what is this? What is the purpose? What's the point? And so we have a lot of just leadership on our team, and I just want to share a little bit about what doTERRA has taught me and what my upline has taught me. So doTERRA has taught me so much about my health, about my nutrition, and how my personal body functions, and what it means, what my body needs to take in to work at its best. Even more, I've learned about who I am, what my heart desires, and what it takes to make a difference, what it takes to leave a legacy for my family, and even more to teach others how to leave a legacy for theirs. For me, being a part of doTERRA is so much more than just our products. It's about giving. It's about sharing with others how to transform their lives and the lives of their families. It's about learning how to live a better life, about growing as a person so that I, in return, can teach that to other families and other friends so that they too can grow and become who they were created to be. And how are you called to make a difference? I'm going to leave you with that. I just want you to think about if this life isn't everything that you dreamed it would be, maybe dream bigger. Because I'm the last person that I thought I could do a business like this. The last person. And in fact, I have had so many family members and friends and people say, why are you doing that? You can't do that. That will never give you the satisfaction of being a nurse. That'll never give you the income of being a nurse. You're never going to get to that point. You're never going to reach it. And to those people, I say, yes, I will. I'm going to. Because this is about so much more than just myself. It's more than healthcare, even. It's more than just about anything. It's about building communities and loving on people and showing them how to live the greatest quality of life that they can. So that is my doTERRA why. And if you have any further questions about doTERRA or about why I do what I do, please feel free to leave a message below, and I will get back to y'all. Thanks, guys.